Welcome to what our live coverage of the U.S. markets. Today, the 21st of October 2020. So we'll begin with Facebook. Facebook is currently up 5%. You can see this is live, and we are using this chart is a minute type. So what by that I mean that the prices are changing per minute or something close to that. And at the moment, the Dow is in the red, and it's up here. You can see it's down by 0.16%. The Nasdaq is slightly up, by very minor percentages. It's up 0.04%. The S&P 500 is also up slightly by 0.03%. That is not anything significant at all. So, but it seems also that Facebook is also gradually losing some steam. So this is what's going on now. By the minute, we can see that it is currently trading. It's just converged with its now deviated now. It's 10-day trend line for the minute type of the chart. So you can see this is the 10-day trend line, and then this is the 20-day trend line, and then this is the 50-day trend line. So it's has just passed the 50-day, but also still below the 20-day. So let's have a look and see what's going on. Why Facebook is up by this much. You can see in the pre-market it was quite active. Hence this gap we're seeing. So this is a chart for today alone. So that's why we can clearly see what's going on. That's why the whole chart is just all about today, the 21st of October 2020. So let's see if we can find any piece of news concerning Facebook. Okay, let's see. I don't think we have anything there for Facebook. For some reason, I'm quite skeptical about looking at this. Doesn't look like there's going to be much here. Okay. Okay. I think they drew some sympathy from Snap, I think. Okay. And it says Snap surged 33.1%, and the result boosted the shares of social media companies Facebook and Twitter, which were up 4.9% and 8.1%, while image sharing company Pinterest gained 9.6%. So those are the stocks we're going to cover in this live coverage of the markets. So let's have a look at some of the fundamentals here. We can see that shares held by institutions is 79%. Short interest is 0.8%. And average volume is 18.26 million. So let's see if we can find some more technical details to digest. Okay, this over here. Okay, so it's up 5.02%, and it's saying here price closed above 50-day moving average. Okay, its price crossed above 50-day moving average. So this would not be the sort of this would not be. I suppose it's not this chart we are talking about, the mini chart. It may be because it has, well, at the moment, as we are looking at it right now, it has crossed all those short to intermediate trend lines. That is the 20-day, 10-day, and 50-day. So, but we're just coming back to where we are left. So it says over there. That is today. Price crossed above. Okay, above. So in other words, this is not referring to the minute chart. So it's probably something much more with a longer range. Something maybe close to an hour, 4 hours or thereabouts. Um, so let's see whether we have some more stuff to digest here. So we have that shares outstanding is 2.84 billion. 79% of the equity held by investors. Market cap is 762.2 billion. So the 10-day average volume is actually lower than that of the 90-day. Okay, so let's see whether some of that is part of what's going on in the technical details. Facebook appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Shares are presently above 200-day moving average, which is rising along with a 10-day moving average. However, the average direction index is below 20, indicating that shares have exhibited sideways movement recently. Okay, it's comparative relative strength analysis shows this issue is lagging S&P 500. That is strange, very very strange, quite odd. I wasn't expecting to read that. Momentum for Facebook is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay higher prices for shares. Today's volume, that is 21st of October 2020, is on track to be heavier than usual with 21 million. Okay, that is more than the 10-day average volume, and also inching closer to the 90-day average, with 21.4 million shares having traded so far. The on-balance volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. It has to be, since it's already up by 5.23% or even 5% or there, but no. Presently, the Bollinger Bands for Facebook are of a normal width, and signal that volatility has been in line with the norm for this stock. Okay, so the next PT in question will be Ericsson. So Ericsson, the telephone gear maker, and also mobile phone maker. In the past, probably up to still now. Okay, let's find it here on Street Smart Edge. Ericsson is a Scandinavian communications gear maker. So it's actually up 11.23% today, and you can see what's going on. So I think we can just see if we can add another element. Let's see, simple moving average. Yes. Okay, 200, and let's find a caller for it. That will be a challenge as well. because let's see if we can find a color that is not already there. Um, let's try red. Okay, so that's the 200-day moving average. So this is what's going on right now with Ericsson. This is a live chart, and it's gradually trying to not too far away from okay. It's just right. If not, I would just say it has just converged with its 200 moving average, and has gone below now. So and that's quite fascinating to watch. Okay, so we'll go back and see what's in the news for Ericsson. Okay, we already have it there. Obviously, it's not it's an ADR, meaning that it's a foreign company that the shares are traded on the Nasdaq or in the US, and it's also gapped in the market. It was quite it increased in price in the pre-market, so hence this gap we have here. Okay, so let's see, look at a few fundamentals here. Market cap is 34.1 billion. Enterprise value is 37 billion. Shares outstanding is 3.061 billion. Shares held by institutions 10%. Okay, let's see whether we have any news here. And okay, so Sweden's Ericsson jumped 9.6% as higher margins and China's 5G rollout helped the company beat quarterly core earnings estimates. Earnings have been generally well above expectations, and guidance has been a positive surprise, said Patrick Moonen, principal strategist in the multi-asset team at Double N Investment Partners. Okay. So that's some piece of news there concerning Ericsson. Let's see if there's more. European ADRs nudge lower in Wednesday trading. Let's see, but so far Ericsson's isn't nudging lower yet, or maybe lower than it was before. Okay. In continental Europe, the gainers were led by telecommunications Ericsson and internet browser company Opera Limited, which rose 10% and 4.9% respectively. They were followed by 3D printer company Foxtel Jet and telecommunications company Nokia, which were up 2.4% and 1.7% respectively. Okay, so we already know provides infrastructure services and software to the telecommunication industry and other sectors. The company segments include networks, IT, and cloud media. The network segment consists of two business units, network products and network services. The overall focus is on evolving and managing access networks, including the development of hardware and software for radio access and transport networks. Okay, so I think so far, apart from the S&P Global BMI, it is lagging behind the S&P US Information Technology, S&P Global Information Technology, and S&P 500. So it will be interesting to see what's going to happen when we try and digest some of the technical details by going through some of the tools available to us here at Charles Schwab. If you haven't if you don't have an account, you can try and apply for one. With Charles Schwab, they have very good tools. That's what we're using to make this video for you. One of them is this Street Smart Edge, very good tool. And a lot of details we have been able to, deduce, all coming free with the account. So the ticker is Eric. Okay. So it's still up 11.14%. Okay, so shares are held by institutions 10%. Market capitalization is 34.1 billion. Shares outstanding is shares sold short is 0.35%. Okay, 10-day average volume is 8.8 million, and then for 90 days is 9.8 million. So, well, this is not bad. It looks like it's smaller than this, but this is 90 days and this is 10 days. So for 90 day equals 9.8, and at that 10 days is just 8.8. So it's doing well, I guess. It is doing well. It should be less than that, going by what the 90 day is. So look at that. Yeah. So these two trend lines, this short-term and intermediate trend lines, they're not looking very bullish. Okay, so reported earnings today, fourth quarter reported earnings were $1.77, a $1.56 beat. This is a 1,261.5% increase over non-GAAP results from the same period a year ago. That is fantastic. Let's see down here. Okay, the next earnings outcome is, okay, so this is not up to date yet. Okay, third quarter earnings are not expected. The REIT has confirmed that earnings will be announced Wednesday before market open. So this is not up to date. Market has opened already. So this is more of it. This is the update of that. So it did well. So that's also something we didn't find out before now. So in digesting the technicals, it says Ericsson appears to be consolidating within a longer term uptrend. Okay. Shares are presently above the 200-day moving average, which is rising along with the 10-day moving average. However, the average direction index is below 20, indicating that shares have exhibited sideways movement recently. Comparative relative strength analysis shows this is like in the S&P 500. So it validates what we saw over there. It was the percentage for this month is for percentage gain for Ericsson this month is so far below that of S&P 500. So this is a validation of that. Okay, momentum for Ericsson is strongly bullish. The 14-day period slow stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. Today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual, with 17.2 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator shows that longer term selling pressure has given way to more term accumulation by traders. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reversal in the near term trend. Okay, so we'll come back now to the other two equities that have that are sympathy plays from Snapchat's performance. So the first one was Pinterest. So let's find out what Pinterest is doing here. Okay, so quite unusual. Its 200-day moving average is right above the it's a long-term trend line, so it's right up above its intermediate and short-term trend lines. But also note that this is a minute chart, so it might be different. In let's see a daily chart, for instance. Yes, you can see that there's a difference, So, but this is not. If you really want to trade, this would not be the best chart to be looking at. What you should be looking at, especially if you are a day trader, if you are trading by the minute, you're in it to trade the volatility, the minute by minute volatility. Then this is what you should be looking at. If you want to trade by for a long time, maybe yes, you can look at the longer term, a wider range sort of chart. So, but if you are in it for the minute by minute volatility, then this is what you will be looking at. And indeed, those who are trading the market right now, those who are responsible for the changes we see in the S&P 500 and indeed the other index, indeed the market, this is what they are looking at, amongst other things. Okay, so let's see what's going on. Pinterest, interactive media and services, it's up 9.6%. You also gapped in the market, hence this gap as well. Okay, $27.2 billion. It's a mid-cap enterprise. Okay, so it is definitely above all these other S&P components. S&P related, S&P relevant to Pinterest indexes. So this will be the S&P U.S. Communication Services, S&P Global Communication Services, okay, and then the S&P itself. So it has outperformed them for this month. For the last 6 months, way more. For the last 1 year, also way, we can say that way more as well. Okay, so Pinterest Inc. is a visual discovery engine. The company operates a visual discovery platform that users can create and manage theme-based image collections and share inspirations for their lives. Its visual discovery platform acts like a virtual pinboard where people use pins to share their weddings, home decoration ideas, travel destinations, save images and videos on web, and organize their favorite recipes. Its offered platform is also integrated with image recognition technology, which allows users to take pictures through their smartphones and pictures related information and ideas to the objects. Okay, so let's see if we can digest anything technically for Pinterest. Okay, as we said before, it's up 9.44%. So this is today. This price reached a new 52-week high of $52.05. This exceeds the previous high of $46.35 by $5.70, and is 415.35% above the 52-week low of $10.10. So it has, you can see the chart. It's doing well. It's short-term, intermediate, and intermediate trend lines are all bullish as well. I expect the technical analysis below here to also validate that and see 47% of the equity are held by the institutions, and the shares outstanding is 600 million, 600.5 million. Okay, 10-day average is 11.4 million. So it's on course to probably outpace the 90-day average volume. And pin interest appears to be in a strong bullish trend. Its 200-day moving average is upward sloping, and the MACD histogram is above zero. Comparative relative strength analysis shows that this issue is outperforming the S&P 500, as we already expected. Momentum for open interest is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is above 80, the level which many analysts call overbought. This means that investors have been actively purchasing shares and driving the price higher. Today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual, with 38.4 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. The Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility today, I guess, that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reversal in near-term trend. Okay, so the next and final equity for now will be Twitter, TWTR. It's also another play that is moving in sympathy with the performance of Snapchat. So it's up 7.53%. Let's see what is going on with on the Street Smart Edge. TWTR. So they're much more for now it's cooling off. It's cooling off because it's all the price line is below all the relevant or all the commonly watched trend lines: the 20-day, the 10-day, the 50-day, and the 200-day moving averages. Okay, so for some market participants, this is a good time to join in, to see whether anything can occur with this sort of position it is at the moment would lead to will also cause others to join in and move it up above the trend lines. Okay, so that is just a minute's chart. So let's see what's going on for the daily chart. Okay, for the daily chart, obviously, as one might expect, it's above all of them. It's all above all of them, and the trend lines are also aligned by their intervals. So this is 10-day above the 20-day, above the 50-day, above the 200-day. Okay, so let's return to the minutes, the 1 minute, before we go back to other things. So it's at the moment now it's trying to challenge the 20-day trend line. So all of these trend lines are also very, very short term, in as much as also they have intervals that are way beyond 1 minute. 1 minute. So, but they're all short term, very short term, because the interval we're looking at is infinitely short, in fact, ephemeral, as a matter of fact. So, but these days that's what market participants are observing. They don't observe if you're trading, if you're that's what you observe these days, not longer term charts, and they're like, but they're still relevant, So you can see right now, just right under our noses, it has surpassed the 20-day, the 10-day. It's approaching the 50-day and the 200-day. Yeah, that's quite interesting. So obviously, for it to have been doing that, market participants must have put their money when it was below here. So that's, see what I'm saying? The market participants are alive and watching this. So that's what's driving this. An opportunity arose, and they have taken advantage of that. Even though it has retraced. Okay, so let's return and see if we can digest some details concerning Twitter. Yes, it was also active in the pre-market, so you see that cap as well there. It's a large cap with a market cap of $36.7 billion. Shares outstanding is 790.9 million. Short interest is 3.7%. So it's it's outperforming the S&P, the various S&P indexes, and S&P 500 itself. So let's see if we can digest some technical details concerning the equity. Okay, so we have price reached a new 52-week high of $50.44. This exceeds the previous high of $48.65, which by $1.79, and is 152% above the 52-week low of $20. Okay, so can we just have a look and see where there's this Reuters investment profile report now available? Let's see. Let's quickly have a look before we digest more details to help us get opinions of analysts. Okay, brief financial summary. For the 6 months ended 30th June of 2020, Twitter's Inc. Revenue decreased by 8% to 1.49 billion. Net total loss totaled 1.39 billion versus income of 1.31 billion dollars. Revenues reflect advertising services segment decrease of 60% to $562 million. Data licensing and other segment decrease of 45% to 121.4 million. United States segment decrease of 66% to $833.3 million. Rest of the world segment decrease of 11% to $418.4 million dollars. Okay, so let's go on and digest some of the technical details. You can see this is definitely a bullish stock, even though there have been squeezes and shots from. Well, did I see any shots here? This looks like a shot, but it occurred in over a period of 1, 2, 3 days. Well, may just be a sell-off, not really a short. Okay, so 790 million shares are outstanding, and percentage sold short is 3.67%. Okay, and we have yes, 10-day average volume is 13.9 million. It's also on course to probably outpace its 90-day average, probably. Okay, and the technical analysis says that Twitter appears to be correcting within a longer term bullish trend. Although its MACD is presently below the signal line, shares remain 43.9% above an upwards sloping 200-day moving average. Comparative strength analysis indicates that this issue is outperforming the S&P 500 as we expected. Momentum for Twitter is strongly bullish. The 14-period slow stochastic oscillator is rising as investors pay higher prices for shares. Today's volume is on track to be heavier than usual, with 22.5 million shares having traded so far. The unbalanced volume indicator is bullish. The slope of the indicator is positive and suggests that buyers are presently more active than sellers. Okay, the Bollinger Bands are presently wider than usual as a result of greater than normal volatility that accompanied the recent price move. Events such as this may precede a pause or reversal in the near-term trend. Okay, if you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, and share. Subscribe, like, and share. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you.